Stoners, it's Miana DK checking in once again. And
it's just me and my disciples. Talking to God while we smoke dope. We keep the lighter in our circle.
What up, my sippers and stoners? It's Miana DK checking in once again, and I'm here with day 12 of our mirror work. First of all, congratulations on making it this far, okay? Because it's so easy to lose track of our goals, you know, especially if it's like day after day after day. Y'all gonna have to excuse my cat meow, and she really wants to get in, but listen, she's not coming in. So that ass is gonna have to meow. You understand what I mean? Okay, so day 12 is about overcoming your fear, okay? This one is a little bit long, so I'm definitely going to paraphrase, but this is perhaps the most important chapter that we've come to thus far, because you can use this with anything that you feel that's negative that applies to your life. Let me tell you what I mean. Okay, so today you learn about how to diffuse the power fear has over you and trust that life is taking care of you. Now, that's the hardest thing in the world, especially for us as black women, because you know, we're just like get up and go get it type people. So we tend to do it, especially if we feel afraid of something. We'll tend to like overcompensate for that fear. We're going to learn how to not do that today, or at least we'll learn the beginnings of how not to do that today, okay? Go with me. Look in the mirror. Take a deep breath and blow a kiss at the beautiful person that's looking back at you, okay? Thank your mirror for helping you release your past and reflect more positive thoughts your way. Life loves you, and so do I. And so do I. Today, your mirror work is on an emotion that can block you from loving yourself, forgiving others, and having the happy life you deserve. The emotion is fear. Fear is rampant on the planet today in the form of war, murder, greed, and mistrust. Fear is a lack of trust in yourself. When you can overcome your fear, you'll begin to trust life. You'll begin to trust that life is taking care of you. In her international bestseller, Feed the Fear and Do It Anyway, Susan Jeffers wrote, "If anyone feels fear when approaching something totally new in life, yet so many are out here doing it in spite of fear, then we must conclude that fear in and of itself is not the problem." She believed that the real issue is not the fear itself, but how we hold it. We can approach fear from a position of power or from a position of helplessness. The fact that we have fear becomes irrelevant in and of itself. Let me paraphrase that and break that down, okay? Fear is a natural ass emotion. We're gonna have fear regardless of whatever happens in life. It's how we respond to that fear and how we act on that fear that determines who we are as a person. And it also determines where we are in life, okay? So let's get it off the table that you're not supposed to be afraid, okay? What's true is God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of a sound mind. It doesn't mean that fear won't ever creep its way up in there, okay? It doesn't mean that fearful thoughts won't happen, because we're human, we're imperfect. But the minute you allow fear to take root in you, it allows you to, or it causes you to do the unnecessary things like worry unendlessly. You understand what I'm saying? Unendlessly. Is that a word? I just made it one if it ain't. But I'm saying fear causes you to do the unnecessary things as opposed to just harnessing that fear and doing something else with it. That's pretty much what she's saying right here. Okay, how much power do you give your fears? When a fearful thought comes up, it's really just trying to protect you. I thought this was very interesting when I read it. I'm going to read it slowly so that we can really, really get it, okay? When a fearful thought comes up, it's really trying to protect you. When you become physically frightened, adrenaline pumps through your body to protect you from danger. And the same thing happens with fear that you manufacture in your mind. I suggest that when you do your mirror work, you talk to your fear. What is she saying? She's saying that when fear comes up, you have to change the way you look at a thing. When fear comes in to protect us. It comes in to like warn us. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to change the way you look at it. Don't look at it in a negative way. Look at it in a positive way, because really that's what it is. And when you can change the way you look at a thing, you can change the way that you respond to it. Does that make sense? Okay. It says, I suggest that when you do your mirror work, you talk to your fear. You can say, I know you want to protect me. I appreciate that you want to help me, and I thank you. Acknowledge the fearful thought for wanting to take care of you. By observing your fears and addressing them during your mirror work, you'll begin to recognize that you are not your fears. Think of your fears as the way you view images on a movie screen. What you see on the screen is not really there. The moving pictures are just frames of celluloid that go by in a flash. Your fears can come and go just as rapidly unless you insist on holding on to them. Fear is only a limitation of your mind. Your fear of getting sick or becoming jobless or losing a loved one or having your partner leave you, then fear becomes a defense mechanism. It would be much more powerful, however, to do your mirror work so that you can stop recreating fearful situations in your mind. I believe that we have a choice between love and fear. We experience fear of change, fear of not changing, fear of the future, fear of taking a chance, fear of intimacy. We fear being alone. We fear letting people know what we need and who we are. We fear of letting go of the past. But the mind cannot hold two opposing thoughts at one. This is the powerful thought. At one end is love, and on the other end is fear, because on the spectrum, love is the complete opposite of fear. Does that make sense, guys? When you love yourself, you can take care of yourself. Love is the miracle worker that we're all looking for. When you're frightened, you remind yourself that it means you're not loving and trusting yourself. The belief that you're not good enough is often at the root of our fears. But when we love and approve of ourselves completely, we can begin to overcome our fears. Does that make sense? I really do hope that that makes sense. Do everything you can do to strengthen your heart, your body, and your mind. Okay? Because that's the only way that you can overcome fear. You have to acknowledge it for what it is. It's our subconscious trying to protect us. Does that make sense? Okay, so your mirror work for today. I'm going to paraphrase it because it took her like 16 paragraphs to write the same stuff that I'm about to go ahead and, Okay, so they want you basically to take your fears, right? She's saying write it on a sticky note, but, you can write it down in the note to your phone, however you want to do it. Go into the bathroom, look at the mirror, okay? Now, the first thing that I want you to do is relax your shoulders, okay? I bet you right now you just relaxed your shoulders because your shoulders was tense, right? I don't know why we do it, but we walk around with our shoulders tense. Now, it's going to talk about that in just 1 second. Okay, look in the mirror, right? Talk about the fears that you have written down on the sticky note or in the notes of your phone or just whatever you have in your head, right? Acknowledge the fear itself. You're going to tell it, I know you want to protect me. I appreciate that you want to help me. I thank you. Now I let you go. I release you and I'm safe. Then take the sticky note, tear that shit up, throw it in the trash, or just delete the note that you put in your phone, okay? And just like that, it's that easy to release your fears. I know it sounds interesting, but it is. It's really that easy. It takes work to keep it going, but it really is just that easy to release it. Look in the mirror again and repeat these affirmations. I love and trust. Love and life take care of me. I am the one with the power. I am safe. All is well in my world. Now, look in the mirror and observe your breathing. How are you breathing right now? We often hold our breath when we're frightened or fearful. If you're feeling threatened or fearful, consciously breathe, okay? Take a few breaths. Breathing opens up the space inside you that is your power. It straightens your spine, opens your chest, and gives your tender heart room to expand. I don't know why she chose the term tender heart, but, but it does give your heart room to expand, okay? Continue breathing naturally and observing your breath. As you do this, repeat these affirmations to yourself. I love you. I love you. Call yourself out by name, whatever name you call yourself. I love you, Miana. I love you. I really love you. I trust life. Life has given me everything that I need. There's nothing to fear. I am safe. I am well. I know that that sounds real funny. It sounds interesting. And it might even sound like a little lame or whatever, right? And if it feels funny saying it, it's because you're not doing it enough. Why does it feel funny to tell yourself you love yourself and call yourself by name? Why is it that we still having a problem doing that? Because we do. We have a problem doing it, right? But we grown as fuck. So we have to figure out why it's still a problem, you know? Now your journaling exercise. Write down some of your greatest fears under the following heading: family, health, career, relationships, and finances. Write down one or more positive affirmations for each fear that you listed. For example, if you wrote, I'm afraid I'll get sick and won't be able to take care of myself, then an affirmation might be, I will always be able to attract all the help that I need. An affirmation might be, I'm in great health. Remember, thoughts become words that become power. So you have to cast down every vain imagination. You have the power. The power's in your hands. You understand what I'm saying? I know I stray a little bit away from what she has in the book because I don't know if she's trying to appeal to everybody, but I can only talk about the power that worketh within me. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's pretty much today's mirror work exercise. It's not very hard. The hard part is really acknowledging where you are in the process. The hard part is acknowledging that you need work. The hard part is like knowing that this has to become a way of life, acknowledging your fears. It's the only way to be the responsible person that you're intended to be in life. Does that make sense? And I know for me, this day was especially hard because like, I know for me, I would do certain things to overcompensate for my fears. Like I would be self-deprecating. You understand what I mean? Like, I already know you ain't gonna want to do it, but like, that's some bullshit. That's some cowardly shit. Like, that's because I don't want to acknowledge that I'm fearful that I'm not enough. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you got to get to the point where you understand that. I'm 38 and just now at the point where I can acknowledge that, damn, that's where I was? Fuck. Now I can say, yo, I'm scared about this, or this hurt me, or whatever the case. But I couldn't do that at first. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's mirror work. I know it's a little bit longer than other days, but I also think it was one of the best days since we've started. It's one of the most beneficial days, and it's something that we can take with us every day. Does that make sense? Anyway, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share, ding, hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload another video. And I appreciate you joining me. I'm Miana DK. And until next time, you never know what's going to be in this morning's cup. Take care, you guys.
This is the ending of my video. Oh, thank y'all for watching.